looking at the manifold absolute pressure sensor as well as the MAF sensor diagram here. So you can see the MAF, or the MAP sensor, sorry, has 3 wires going to it, orange white wire, light green wire, and a yellow gray wire. The orange white wire is the 5-volt reference going to the MAP. Light green is the low reference going back to the PCM, and the yellow gray is the signal going back to the PCM. Now we're looking at the MAF sensor on the wiring diagram. As you can see, it's a 5-wire MAF connector because it has the IAT integrated into it. So from the top, wires, we got a tan dark blue one, a pink black one, another just tan one, red yellow, as well as a black white. At the top we got both our 5-volt signals, reference signals for the MAF and the IAT. Also got power coming down from the fuse block, the main engine relay, and the low reference going back to the PCM. Also got a ground down here. Yeah. Okay, we're looking at the actual connector now in the vehicle for the MAF sensor. Red yellow wire is the MAF sensor signal. Pink black wire is coming from the fuse box. And the black white wire here is going to ground. That's the ground wire. Tan wire is just the straight tan wire is the IAT signal. And the tan with the dark blue tracer is the low reference for both the MAF and the IAT going back to the PCM. Now we're looking at the actual sensor on the vehicle now. As you can see, it's on the manifold. Orange wire is the 5-volt VREF. Yellow is signal wire, and green is the low reference going back to the PCM. So looking at the PID here after we unplugged the MAP, engine's not running right now, but the MAP didn't change. It was already at 3 inches of mercury, so that it might just stick with its last reading, or that's what it reverts back to when it's not getting a reading. But yeah.
The MAP sensor is obviously unplugged and it is running, seems to be perfectly fine. So we're going to check the codes on the scan tool and see what it says. It should just say low power on circuit or open in circuit or something like that, so we will see.
Also, you can see now once we started it up without the MAP sensor plugged in, we got a P0107 code, which is MAP circuit low input. Makes sense because it's not completed circuit right now. We'll open up the PIDs as well. The MAP is still sitting at 3 inches of mercury when it's running, so probably a default that it reverts back to. Yeah. Now we're back probed into the signal wire on the MAP circuit here. At idle we're reading, it's analog, so at idle we are reading about 1.4 volts. As well as we have a vacuum gauge connected that is reading about 19 inches of mercury. The PID on here is reading different from the vacuum gauge. The PID says there's only about 10 inches of mercury. So the PID is a little off. But like I said before, 1.4 volts at idle. If we blip it, you can see that. Do it again. You can see that voltage spike to 3.9 there. So we have an analog sensor here because we can read it in volts. Alright, so here we're looking at the PIDs on my 2016 Volkswagen GTI. I'm having a little bit of a stutter at idle when I turn off the AC. Just stutters for a quick second. Looking at the short-term fuel trim here, it's looking pretty good, -0.6, so running just a tad bit rich. And the intake map is at 12.1 inches of mercury. If I turn off the AC,
move the white out of the way,
it starts to run more lean. Pretty lean there.
11.6, yeah.
Very lean now.
14.1.
So turn off the AC, it starts to run lean, and the map drops to about 8 inches of mercury.
I can't see.
Map drops to 8 inches of mercury when I turn off the AC.
Nice. Not nice.
So we're back probed into the signal wire on my map sensor now. It's a 4-wire map sensor because the IAT is integrated inside of it. We're back probed with the picoscope into the signal wire. As you can see here, we're getting an analog signal. It's about half a volt. See what happens when I
Just gonna blip the throttle. See what it does. Goes up to about 1 volt. Yeah, the max is around 1 volt.
If I turn off the AC,
With the AC turned off.
nothing really happens. It's not an
Happens.
It's not an issue with the map sensor, we found out, because when I do turn off the AC, the signal does not change on the map signal wire. So yeah.